And what can we expect from West Orange in their big rivalry matchup against East Orange this weekend?
You're going to see a lot of dogs out there. We're going to come out on top.
What's going on, everyone? Nery Rodriguez here, coming to you with the Garden Statement Week 7 edition. Yes, the season is dwindling down, but we still have exciting high school football coverage from around New Jersey to bring you. More exciting matchups coming your way for Week 7, but before we jump into what's ahead this Friday night, let's flash back to this past weekend, where we had a thriller in Montvale. 5-0 Don Bosco trying to remain undefeated on the road against 4-1 St. Joe's. No Lamar Best under center for the Green Knights, but late in the first quarter, Bryant getting Joe's in the red zone with a big gain. A few plays later, Bryant gets in with 2:42 left. Joe's in front 7-0 after 1. Bosco striking back in the second. Carson shown to Alvarez. We're tied at 7, 2 minutes in. How about both defense giving it to him? Aiden O'Neill and Chaz Gray, two high-profile guys in the class of 2027. They put them in the turf. Later, Brady Schuss going to take the pass from Mason Geis, and that's a 32-yard TD for that huge person. Isaiah Alvarez would clap back with a 91-yard kickoff return. Following the extra point, we're tied at 14. And what's a highlight without some fresh cookies? AJ Ravella sends us to halftime after a missed kick by Joe's. We would remain at that score for most of the second half, but this Don Bosco defense impeccable. Matt Ochapinti, the senior UCF commit, and rising from the ashes, how about class of 28 standout Phoenix Evans? It's still 14-14 midway through the fourth. Joe's trying to march downfield for the go-ahead score. No! Omari McNeil! Fresh cookies. St. Joe's would get the ball back, and following a blocked field goal attempt, Bosco trying to win it with a 54-yard field goal from John Dever. Dever's attempt going to be short, and this one will head to OT. But no worries. Joe's missing their attempt would eventually set Dever up for redemption. And you thought he was gonna miss. Game. Don Bosco wins it on the leg of Johnny Dever from 24 yards out, and the Iron Maniacs losing it as they improve to 6-0. Bosco squeaks out a close one on the road as they take a 17-14 victory. Strange weather playing a factor, as well as a lack of offense from both teams. Senior quarterback Mason Geis with the top performance had 250 yards passing, a touchdown, and an interception. Everyone else, less than 100 yards. Don Bosco remains the #1 team in New Jersey. They will take on Seton Hall Prep next. We caught up with John Dever after.
And I knew I was going to get another chance, and I listened to my teammates. They said I'm going to get another shot, and the game's going to be in my hands. And at the end there, it was in my hands, and I made it through. I try to shut out the noise, take a deep breath. I've done this a million times in practice. We practice it every single day. And it was just a chip shot. It wasn't anything more than that, but the game was on the line and I made it. I've been built for this. God gave me a path, and this is the path I have, and I knew I was gonna have the game in my hands, and it went through. #1, never made a game winning, so this gotta be at the top.
This week, we have one of the biggest rivalry games of the year. Oh, it's always one of the biggest rivalry games, but East Orange and West Orange squaring up. It's a rematch of last year's North 1 Group 5 State Sectional Championship, and it's going back to West Orange. Can the Jags make it 2 times in a row? We'll find out. They are headlining our interview portion of the show this week. So without further ado, let's jump into our interviews. All right, I want to welcome in our next guest. He's got a huge rivalry matchup this Friday night. Yes, city crossover. Let's welcome in Farad Green Jr. from West Orange. Welcome. So, you got the big matchup against East Orange this week. Tell me, what's practice been like for the Mountaineers so far here?
I mean, me and the guys, I mean, we're ready. I mean, we've been waiting for this game to get a replay of it because how the stuff went down last year really wasn't good. So me and the guys are prepared for it. I mean, we should be good. I mean, we got all the guys for it. We got all the right coaching for it. I mean, all the guys are ready.
So yeah, your last matchup was in the sectional final for the North 1 Group 5 championship. And I know you guys had beaten East Orange 7-0 in the previous matchup before that in the regular season. What did you learn about both matchups with EO last year?
I mean, I learned that both matchups, I mean, it's hard to beat a team twice. And I mean, we were like undisciplined a lot the second game. I mean, a lot of mental mistakes, a lot of just mistakes we did on offense, defense. I mean, we got to just capitalize on those type of turnovers. I mean, we can't have turnovers like stuff like that. We just got to get after it.
Yeah, and that the sectional final. I know it's a tough loss. It's on your home field, but and you were one of the only returning players from that team. But just just talk about that feeling afterwards, and what was this off season like for you?
Wasn't the best feeling at all. I mean, like ever since I lost that game, I mean, it's been a lot. But I know me and the guys are ready for it, and we are preparing for this game. I guarantee we're gonna come out on top.
I love it. I love it. So I know you guys are coming off. You had a tough one against Phillipsburg recently. What did you guys learn from that game in the 24-20 loss on the road?
Yeah, like I said earlier, I mean, a lot of mental mistakes that can't happen. We just gotta capitalize early. Can't have mental mistakes.
And I know last year you graduated players like Charlie Lamort, a couple other key players like Terrell Wilfong.
Yes,
Just
sir.
take me through this year's Mountaineer team. Who should we really be looking out for, and what's just the vibes been like for you guys in 2025?
I mean, we got a bunch of dogs. Like on the offensive side, we got Kier Morgan, we got David Moore, we got Senny Padilla. I mean, we got Daniel Lewis, Brandon LeBlanc. I mean, all them guys can just go and get the job done at any time. So I mean, we should be fine. We should be great.
And well, I guess we'll get into that because I know you're only going to have one more regular season game after this one, but this rivalry is very captivating. I've been fortunate enough to do a couple of these games between you guys. What is it about this rivalry though that just elevates everything to like the 10th
Yeah,
power?
it just hit home because I remember I used to play for Eastern Junior Jaguars. I mean, I know everybody from that team, and I know what they're capable of, but I know what my guys are capable of. So, like I said earlier, we're gonna come out on top, guarantee you.
And the last couple seasons, definitely in the last decade or so, I know there's been success there with East Orange. You guys, it really seems like the two programs right now have really been revitalized. In terms of just everything, media coverage, the uniforms, everything. Just talk about the rivalry the last couple years between you guys.
I mean, it's always been like a neck to neck rivalry. I mean, it's just like it's always some tension going on with East Orange or West Orange. I mean, it's just like it's a fun rivalry. I mean, but we gotta win at all costs.
Do you keep are you friends with? Do you keep contact with any of the guys on that side?
I mean, here and there, I know a lot of kids. I know like Alex Hanks, all of them. I mean, he's a dog. I mean, but other than that, not really.
Yeah, definitely gonna have to game plan for him. He's a killer this year. What I guess just from a game tape perspective and preparation, I know it's early on in the practice week, but just what have you seen from East Orange and what is coach kind of preparing you for?
I mean, Coach Graham. I mean, he's a great coach. He just wants us to just play our game and just do what he tells us to do. I mean, like if we just play our game and just go out there and capitalize, we should be fine. We should be great. Just gotta trust ourselves.
Yeah, you kind of got into my next question. Coach Grant, he comes from a football family. His other brother Barris is trying to what do you call build up Union this year.
Yes,
It's a
sir.
little bit of a rough first season for him. And your coach staff in general. I'm cool with Coach Abdul.
Yes,
I
sir.
I I like to joke that he's the number one football personality in the whole state because that guy knows everyone. He's everywhere. And I told him, I was like, you gotta get your camera skills up, man, because we could definitely use you somewhere with all these games you go to. Just talk about the infrastructure and the culture that West Orange has.
I mean, it's great. I love being around West Orange. I mean, it's like a bunch of good people around, like surrounding around it. Like they always want you to win. Like West Orange is a great like foundation to build kids. I mean, they builded me, and I'm that's why I'm going to Army now. I mean,
For sure, for sure. And congratulations again. I know we were talking a little bit before we got started here, but you're committed to Army. Just kind of talk about that decision and what's it just been like preparing to go to West Point.
it's been great, man. I'm just thinking a lot long term, the longevity part about it, because like not everybody's thinking like everybody asks me like, oh, why I choose this, why I choose Army. They're not thinking about the longevity part about it. So I had a long conversation with my family, all that stuff. I mean, it was a great choice in our opinion. So
It's a very special place, and congratulations to you and appreciate your service that uh for this country. Just talk about West Point in general. Have you been there, and just what's been your, I guess, overall reflection of you know gonna
yes,
play for Army?
yes, sir. I've been there plenty of times. It's great, great atmosphere, great coaches. I mean, Coach John Lewis, and he the one that recruited me, and he's like a phenomenal coach. I mean, like he like brought me up there a couple of times. Just a brotherhood, like everybody just like want to win. Like it's a great, great atmosphere, great coaching, all that.
Yeah, and I know kind of getting my next question here. After East Orange, you only have one regular season game left, and it's going to be against Bloomfield. I know you don't want to get ahead of yourself, but just what has Coach kind of been preaching to you guys, this year? Because I know you open the year with a tough loss to Shabazz, and then
Yeah,
like I said, you run into Phillipsburg, who's always a good program.
yeah.
Even when they're young, and you're going to face a very good undefeated East Orange team. So, what's just kind of been the mantra from Coach Grant here for you guys?
Well, Coach Grant always says like every time like after we like after a win or a loss, like he always says he like his team, he like his chances. So it's just like we just got to keep after. I mean, we always got to keep going. We should be great though. We should be good.
And this doesn't have to pertain to you playing in the game, but what do you think? What is your top East Orange, West Orange memory from this rivalry game?
Um, I mean, last year sectionals, it was a. I really feel as though we should have came out on top. I mean, but a lot, like I said again, mental mistakes can't happen, but it won't happen this time around. Guarantee you.
What
All
do
of the
you
guys
look?
are
I say
prepared.
I love it, and I'm not gonna say your final matchup with them because who knows? Maybe we get a
Yeah,
state championship rematch.
yes,
But
sir.
I guess from a regular season standpoint, what are you looking forward to most about Friday night lacing it up against East Orange, and it's your senior year? It could very well be the last time you play the Jags.
Yeah, it's gonna mean a lot. It's gonna mean a lot. So I'm just preparing for that game on Friday. I'm just like that's all I've been thinking about lately, just this whole week, and just East Orange, East Orange. Like we should be good though. I mean, like just gotta go out there and go get it.
What are you looking forward to most?
I'm looking forward to scoring touchdowns. I mean, I'm looking forward to scoring touchdowns, put my team in the best position as possible. I mean, just want to make plays.
And Farad, I don't want to keep you too much longer. Like I said, you got one more game after this on the regular season schedule. But for those who don't know, what does the rest of the state need to know about the West Orange Mountaineers?
Be coming, be coming for that ring. Most definitely. Like I said earlier, what my coach always say, you like his team, you like his chances.
And what can we expect from West Orange in their big rivalry matchup against East Orange this weekend?
You're gonna see a lot of dogs out there. We're gonna come out on top.
All right. Well, Farad, I appreciate you taking time out, stopping by. Best of luck. God bless, brother. And congratulations on your commitment to Army again, man. It's a very, very great accomplishment for you and your family.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure, man. Good luck.
All right, thank you.
Let's welcome in our next guest who will be on the other side, lacing it up for the East Orange Jaguars, aka the Shark. Let's welcome in Mr. Zachary Immaculate Concepcion. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
For sure, bro. Like we were just talking a little bit off camera. It's rivalry week, West
Yes,
Orange
sir.
week. Tell me what's the vibes been like so far in practice for EO getting ready for West Orange?
So far, we treating it like a Super Bowl game. We train every week like a Super Bowl game. We go in here with a little bit more chip on our shoulder, knowing they want to come at, get back on us, knowing how we won it last year. So we know we got to hold up. And it's the history. We never lost in West Orange. We never lost up at the mountain. Exactly. So it's a history we want to keep going, and we want that first seed, that second seed, to go into the playoffs because we want everybody to run through North Clinton. So that's the goal. Come out with a win.
Absolutely. And you are reigning sectional champions. You know, you're going to have that huge target on your back. And, yeah, you took down West Orange last year for that title. Is last year's matchups at all? Because I know they beat you the first time in the regular season last year. Are last year's matchups playing a key factor in this Friday at all?
Um, Not really, because it's a new year, a new team. Like I'm the new quarterback. Sayu was playing, so they beat my team, but I wasn't on the field. And we did win the game, but I wasn't on the field. So this year it's just a new type of feeling. I get to play on the field under the lights and show everybody that what I can do and what the new team could do.
For sure. And what's Coach Jacob been kind of preparing you guys for? I guess what's the vibes been like early on in the practice week for West Orange?
He prepared us to be mentally tough, knowing that we're gonna go in there. They're gonna beat us a few reps. We just gotta keep winning the majority of the reps. We gotta go out there. We just got one more reps because they're a great team. They're an athletic team. We're an athletic team, but we got somebody has to come out on top, and we gotta be soundproof if you want to come out on top.
Yeah, and coming off the sectional championship, like I said, you're gonna have a lot of eyeballs on you. And so far, I mean, you guys have been rocking. You're undefeated. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing, beating the opponents you're supposed to. And records don't matter in a rivalry game. Sometimes when that's the
Nah,
only game you win, that's all you need. But
like yeah.
what's kind of just been like the mantra, or what's what's the vibes been like around the Sharks this year in 2025?
The vibe is unfinished business. We won a sectional, but the game after we didn't do too good. We weren't hungry anymore. We were full. We treated West Orange like that's our championship game, which it was, but we could have played for the whole thing, and we just the next game we went out and we lost. And the vibe was since then we got to come in each game hungry to dominate, and that's the vibe. That's the vibe since the championship game. So it's unfinished business, most definitely.
And you yourself, I know it's a team effort. I believe you guys are 6-0 going into this one. What's just been working for you here in your junior year?
I play by the book. I play by the offense. I lead my guys. It doesn't matter special teams, defense, offense. I lead them no matter what. I pick them up no matter what. So that's been working for me so far. And doing what's required of me. I'm not trying to be a superhero. I'm not trying to overdo my part. I just do what's required of me. If what's required of me to hand the ball up 20 times a game, I'll do it gladly. If I got to take 30 attempts passing, I'll do it gladly. I'll just do what's required of me.
And I love that. Like we were just talking a little bit off camera, shout out to the 973 Sharks
Hell yeah.
Instagram page too. They do a
Yes,
great
sir.
job. And
Yes,
I've been
sir.
rocking with those guys since the Kyle Lewis days. So shout out to them. I'll go on record and say that they're my favorite, I guess, team social media handlers. They
Yes,
do a great
sir.
job. They're
Those are my
everywhere.
guys.
But when I reached out to them, I was like, listen, we're thinking about going with Zach. What do you think? They said that's our leader. So it was a no brainer. This team won a sectional title last year, as you mentioned, different starting quarterback. They hand the reins off to you. Things are going well. And from based on what they said, they're looking to you to be a leader. Just talk about that leadership role in your junior year, and you're the quarterback leading a good East Orange Jaguars team.
Yes, sir. The leadership role, I knew how to step up. Coach Jakes, he gave me the rundown in January. He said I wouldn't play if I'm not a leader. He told me straight up, you're not going to play for me if you don't know how to lead these guys, and these guys don't believe in you. So since weight room, since field training, conditioning, since 7-on-7, since first time getting our pads on, every single practice, good or bad, I'm always trying to lead, always trying to set the tone for practice and our scrimmages going into the game. So that's the role I had to step up into, and I didn't scare from it. I didn't hide from it. I knew I had if I really wanted to take this serious, I got to step up and take it.
And that's why I love Coach, man. He just keeps it so real, and he it's funny. It's very few times that I don't get to see him in a higher pressure situation. But
My apologies.
no, you're good, bro.
My apologies.
Get back. Nah, don't even worry about it. Trust me, I get phone calls, things like that
Yeah,
when I'm trying to do the
yeah, it's
show
all
and
good.
everything. It's wild. But yeah, Coach Jakes, he's one of the best. It's very, very seldom that we get to talk, and it's not like a high pressure situation or post game things like that. But I think he's a hard coach, but I think he
Yeah,
genuinely
yeah.
loves his kids.
Yes, sir.
Just talk about what it's like playing for Coach Jacob.
Besides the offensive lineman, I personally believe that he chose me out the worst. He told me he chose me out the the worst. A game I think I can have good. He tells me that, oh, now you could have been better, and that's the type of coach he is. He never has relief syndrome. He never does. He's never relieved. He never. If I could have one game, okay, so let's see if you do it another time. So playing for him is just I always got to be on my toes. I always got to be great. I always got to want to be better. I can't have a good practice yesterday and then expect to have that same level of practice. I got to do it 10 times better. That's what it's like playing for Coach Jakes.
And it's Scully season. Once I see him in that Scully, I know it's business
Oh
time.
hell yeah, hell yeah,
That means it's getting late in the year. Things are about to get tough,
hell yeah.
and we can expect to see some hard, not only hitting but just some big playmaking from the East Orange Jags. Look, you have a big matchup this week. I know you guys have handled your opponents pretty well so far this year, but like I said, the rivalries, the records could go out the door. If you only beat if your only win is your rival, then I mean it's still a good season, right?
Yeah.
So what do you think is going to be the biggest key for you on Friday night when you're on the road going back to West Orange?
The biggest key that's gonna be on for me on Friday night is just operating the plays, taking the play by play, not looking too far in the future, not dwelling on the past. It's just going, drive number one, play number one. I got to what does this moment require of me? Does it require me to read this high safety rotating over and how do I read and react? So that's what I got to take in going to Friday. I just got to take it play by play, and whatever happens, it happens. Each play, I got to keep moving forward and be where my feet are at, not too far in the future and not too far in the past. It's just in the present. I can't dwell on the past. I just got to be where my feet are at.
Absolutely. And you know, like we were saying before off camera, we had Alex Hanks on
My
earlier
guy,
in the year. Yeah,
he is my
listen,
guy.
one of the top three receivers in the state, in my opinion. So he's a great young man. I think all you guys carry yourselves very well. I love the East Orange program. Um, you got some other playmakers on this team besides yourself, and I know we were just talking also off camera. You have some interest, still looking for that big offer, and I have no doubt that you'll land something by the end of this year. You keep putting up
Yes,
the
sir.
numbers you do, but who are some of the other playmakers on the Jags that we should be looking out for this Friday?
Shout out to the trench mob, the old linemen. I got to put those guys first. My defense, they put us in games that you couldn't imagine. Shut out teams for 5 weeks straight. And specifically, I got to give it to Jalil Housley. That's the whole time. That's my running back three. My RB1, my RB2, they're battling some injuries right now, but those guys, Tyshawn and Shake, my receiver core, I love my receiver core to death. I feel like they're the best receiver core in public, Group 5 public. Shout out to the whole team that plays on the field. I'm not gonna lie, but specifically the trench mob. They the one that keep us moving. O line, D line. They the foundation of the whole thing, of the whole train. They set the tone. They the brick wall up front. So shout out to the trench mob and the whole team.
Yeah, based off your stats, I mean, you love to throw the ball. I
Yeah,
don't know if that's the system they got you in, but yeah, when it comes to, I know that a lot of the game is RPO. So when I see a quarterback putting up those kinds of numbers, it definitely raises some eyebrows. You like throwing the ball more than
yes sir.
I guess going in motion. Yeah, what is it about that you like more?
I like I would be lying if I said I didn't like throwing the ball more. I like throwing the ball a lot. I like being accurate. I like being pinpoint. I like moving the chains. I like being in front of the chains. So I do like throwing the ball
Okay. Is there any particular quarterback that you kind of look up to, try to replicate things like that you're always watching?
more. A lot of Aaron Rodgers. I just like how he moves, how he's able to push the ball downfield. And I think he's the original gunslinger. And Matthew Stafford also. I like those two. Like arm slots and moving the football around. I like those two. Those are my favorite two.
Definitely two of the best. Yeah, no, those are two great players to emulate, I guess. So, Zach, I don't want to keep you too much longer. We've touched on a lot of different points, but I know you're only a junior. But what are you looking forward to most about Friday night going into this rivalry matchup against West Orange?
Friday night, I'm looking forward to us being on a knee after Friday night, discussing our first seeding, our first or second seeding, taking it home with the win. I'm looking forward to that. That's what I'm most looking forward to.
And one game at a time, one game at a time.
Yes, sir.
But um, you know, I guess after this one, season's dwindling down. What does the rest of the state need to know about the East Orange Jaguars, aka the Sharks, going into the, you know, hopefully the postseason here?
Oh, we're not done. Coming back for a sectional, and we're going to MetLife, road to MetLife. We're not done. We're like I said earlier, it's unfinished business. We're still hungry. We're still ready to prove to y'all that we're the best Group 5 public school in the state.
I love it. I love it. Well, Zach, good luck this week. God bless, man. And I'm
God
hoping I
bless.
can make it all the way up there. And yeah, it's always a good time whenever you two get together. So,
Yes, sir.
keep it clean out there. And
Yes, sir.
yeah, just bring it, bro. Just bring it like you've
Thank
been.
you.
All
Thank
right.
you. Yes, sir.
All right. Take care and
All
good
right, my
luck.
guy. You too.
All
Oh
right.
shit. My bad.
Shout out to all those guys stopping by. I know it's a big week getting prepared for your rivals, so I appreciate their time. But they're not the only game on the schedule this week. So without further ado, let's jump into our NJ Athletics NJ Gridiron Games of the Week. And we're going to kick this one off with our non-public matchup of the week. Number 6, DePaul Catholic 4-2, taking on number 3, St. Peter's Prep, currently 6-0. This one a huge Super Football Conference matchup, as St. Peter's Prep, led by head coach Rich Hansen III, is currently 6-0, and they're sitting at number 3 in the state. As mentioned, they're clicking on all cylinders as they're coming off a dominant win over St. Seton Hall Prep. Sorry about that. They defeated the Pirates 42-3. What makes Prep so dangerous is their balanced attack, led by senior quarterback Tyler Bell. Bell threw for 4 touchdowns in his last game, and he's got a couple weapons like Hunter Watson to look out for. But the real story for the Marauders is their defense. They're suffocating, giving up less than half a yard per carry in that last game. But they're going to have to bring it against DePaul, who's led by the legend Nick Campanelli. They're coming in at 4-2. They're ranked 6th in the state currently by NJ.com, but they are coming off a tough loss to number 1 Don Bosco, where they fell 47-15. Their high-profile senior quarterback, Derek Zammit, is an absolute warrior, a dual threat, the Washington commit who accounted for both of DePaul's scores in that Bosco game. Playmakers like Mason James and A.J. Larkin will also be players to look out for. The key in this matchup will be DePaul's offensive line. Can they protect Zammit long enough for him to extend plays? And he's going to have to look out for players like Abdul Ture and Evan Pratt, who are having monster seasons right now for Prep. Now, just some history. Don't forget last year, DePaul absolutely shellacked Prep 54-21. St. Peter's Prep is hosting this one at 6-0, and you know Coach Hansen has that previous score circled on the locker room whiteboard. This is a revenge game for Prep and a divisional championship statement for both teams. It's hard to pick against the undefeated locked-in Marauders at home. They have too much momentum, and their defense is just spectacular. I don't doubt that DePaul learned a lot from that Bosco loss, but I think St. Peter's Prep is going to win this one close in a very high-stakes game. All right, now jumping back to our game of the week. Yes, the Publix showing out in this one. The Orange Bowl going down up in West Orange. East Orange, the reigning North 1 Group 5 sectional champions over the Mountaineers, come in at 6-0. Mountaineers, they're 5-2. One of the best rivalry games, in my opinion, between these two who share a border, and the intensity is always at a 10, if not more. The Jags, or the Sharks, led by Coach John Jacob, are absolutely rolling at a perfect 6-0. For most of the season, their defense was virtually impenetrable. They gave up only 6 points until their last game. While they won 34-28 against Patterson Eastside, that close call shows that they can be challenged, especially late. They rely heavily on dynamic playmakers like Alex Hanks, and the defense pressure brought by Essa Whittingberg and Quadir Parrish. And as you just heard from Zachary Concepcion, these guys locked in. Now, on West Orange's side, the Mountaineers, led by Coach Darnell Grant, are a formidable 5-2, and they've shown that they can compete with anyone, having recently edged out another rival in Montclair. Their star players include Farad Green Jr., who we just spoke with, David Moore, and Daniel Lewis, just to name a few. Now, Coach Grant is known for having his team's discipline, and they are ready for this rivalry environment. Now, the key in this one is your classic offense versus defense narrative, but specifically, it's going to come down to the trenches. Can West Orange's offensive line create enough holes for Farad Green to control the clock, and also keep East Orange's offense off the field? If East Orange's defensive line, led by those top players, gets consistent pressure, it's going to be a long night for the Mountaineers. Now, history shows this rivalry is always tight. The last few games have been defensive battles, including that 8-6 slugfest. Despite East Orange's superior ranking and record, it's rivalry week. Anything can happen. I think East Orange is undefeated for a reason. Now, I think West Orange has played the tougher schedule, but I still like the Sharks in this one. I expect a hard-fought contest that comes down to the fourth quarter, and I expect East Orange to edge out the Mountaineers by 1 score to remain perfect. Now let's jump to some of these other games that we have circled on the schedule. Let's go to Red Bank Catholic and Paramus Catholic. RBC looking to be in the hunt with those spectacular freshmen that are just lighting it up down in the Jersey Shore. I like their chances against a rebuilding but talented Paramus Catholic squad. I expect a high-scoring affair in this one. I'm going to go RBC. Wayne Hills at Old Tappan, 2 perennial North Jersey powerhouses. Old Tappan sitting at 6-0. Wayne Hills in some slugfest this year. They had that tough loss to Wayne Valley. I think Old Tappan is locked in, and I would not be surprised if they're headed to another state championship this season, so I'm going to roll with the Golden Knights. All right, another big Super Football Conference matchup. Delby at Bergen Catholic. I need to get out to Del Barton soon, but this is a clash of 2 top-tier North Jersey programs. Bergen, sitting at number 2 in the state after falling to Don Bosco a couple weeks back, is still one of the scariest teams to line up against. Now, Del Barton graduating a lot of talent last year, not with their most strong supporting cast, but I expect their discipline to keep them in the game late with Bergen. I like the Crusaders in this one, though. And how about my guys, Hun? Yeah, let's show the Maples some love. They're going to go down to Maryland to face St. Francis Academy, national powerhouse. All the lights about to be on. It's movie time. This is a huge national spotlight game for the Raiders. And listen, we're out of state. I'm always going to roll my Jersey guys. I think Coach Todd Smith and company have a chance to get this one done. I know it was a tough loss to them last year, but I think they show some pride. I'm going with Hun. Let us know below what games we missed and what you're most excited to see. But that is going to do it for our NJ Athletics, NJ Gridiron Games of the Week. Well, that's going to do it for our Week 7 kickoff. I appreciate you guys stopping by. Give us a like and subscribe. Let us know where you're heading this weekend, and let us know how we did. Is there some things we can improve on? Are there players that we're overlooking? Who else should we be bringing on this show? We don't like to just focus on the 5 stars and the high-profile guys. We want to try to give unsung talent, our diamonds in the rough, some exposure. The state has so much to offer, and it doesn't matter where you guys play at the next level, D3, D1, JUCO, community college, whatever. We are proud of you, but just keep balling. As always, I'm going to give you my spiel. Have fun this weekend. Be safe. Represent your family and your community and your teams well. And we'll see you back here for the Week 8 kickoff. All right, guys. I'm Nery Rodriguez, and you already know, fresh cookies. Peace.